hello, everyone. I was trying to get all psyched, and I was just like, hello. I don't know what I was doing.
Is that how we do it?
Well, yeah. You gotta get all ready. Ken looked at us like a dad who was just tired of our shit. Is what it was. He was like, "Oh boy."
Well, if he's tired now.
We've got a big dad Ken vibe going on.
Big
Yeah,
dad
I'm tired of your
energy.
shit. We need some
I
damn
know that.
answers.
You don't have to tell me. I'm aware. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Oddballs. I am so excited because, well, it's been a while since I've got to hang out with this crazy crew of misfits. I'm sure they all have real lives, but today we have to go to the realest lives of 4 young teens caught up in it. And what's going to happen to them? Because let me take you back. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Last time on Oddballs, those of you who don't remember, after escaping from the parallel reality, the alternate dimension, the ball verse, whatever you want to call it, our team decided to go back to the hole in the ground where all of this started. This big cave complex where everything first went down, and they decided, let's go back there because now we know more. Upon returning, we discovered several very important things. First, that the area where the balls were with all the dead bodies, there were 2 sets of dead like crewmen. There was one that was there that was bleached completely, their bones bleached white. There was one that was there that was just sort of like dead bodies. Then they discovered an additional path that led to basically an X-Men style hangar that inside had a helicopter, and they tried to turn on the helicopter, but of course the original showed up, and what may be one of the craziest things we've ever done, a little girl shot a dude in the leg, and then they threatened them.
No regrets.
No regrets, dude.
Maybe he'll shut his stupid mouth in the future.
Maybe. Or maybe he'll go to the police. Who knows what'll happen? We'll find out today on Oddballs. So what you ended up doing last time was making your way out of the complex, out of this cave complex, because the helicopter was grounded. The paneling wouldn't open. There was nothing. There's still a helicopter underground, but you guys couldn't get out. And now you have basically this period of time where, as you recall, this started in July. This whole adventure, right? All of you met at the fair, started in July, but summer itself is slowly winding down. Between every episode, most episodes, time passes. You go home, you do your thing, right? You go and live your lives. But every time you get together, these wacky adventures, time ticks down. And you are slowly, rapidly approaching that part when August starts up and it's like, hey, it's time to go back to school, losers. So as you see all your fellow students getting ready for all of their schoolwork and trying to find what curriculum they want to study or whatever it is that, the extracurricular activities they want to do, you're caught up in something else entirely. And right now, I want you to sort of give me, since the last time we got together, the group of you managed to shoot a boy in the leg.
Aw, thanks.
And walk
great.
away. Yeah. And walk away fairly unscathed. You went back to the Wiz Life RV, whatever it is, the Wiz Life mobile home, and you hung out there, but clearly time has passed since that moment. What have each of you been up to since then? What is the one thing your character was like, I got stuff I have to do. There's things in my life that I have to take care of before I, resolve any of this. Like, what have you been up to? I guess we'll start with Samantha, who is, I think, probably the one who's gone through the most, I'm going to say, changes as a character, because I don't know what's going on with you and, like Bethany, right? Your friends who were once, you're like Miss Popular. Many kids think you're the baddest bee who ever lived. Many think you're hanging out with nerds. The originals are spreading rumors. What's going on with Samantha right now? Get me up to date. What's going on with Samantha's character?
I'm kind of in I'm heading for a little bit of a nihilistic crisis right now. So I think the first thing that needs to happen is that the gun is getting ditched.
Okay.
I mean, we're keeping it, but it's just gonna have to get ditched in the trailer. But I'm not ready to let go of my little kill squad. But I
So yeah, we see like this cinematic moment at the beginning of the episode where you're just like putting the gun away in the back of a trailer, like under a bunch of junk, and you're like having it's very dark and moody music for you right now. I guess yeah, you keep talking about what you're doing. I'm gonna find you the darkest 80s music I can.
I think I'm gonna have to change out of because we are all currently wearing matching pants, which is cool.
True.
But I think I'm gonna have to put back on my maybe I'll put on some black jeans.
Ooh.
I know I'm
I
getting a
do.
little dark. I would like to. So we're staying in the trailer right now. Is that what's happening?
I mean, that's where you all went back to, but you
Okay.
clearly aren't going to spend. This is a few days go by between that incident where you literally shot a kid and what you're going to, how the group of you are sort of adjusting with what's going on in your life with this whole crazy reality. You've been like slashed across the stomach. You were in bad shape. This is time for you all to heal and get better. And so, yeah, what do you do during this time?
Well, I'm gonna take some of the cash. I'm gonna head to the drugstore. I'm gonna get some, new darker makeup,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put just cinematically put the eyeliner, the black eyeliner underneath.
Okay. So I feel like, man, this is less of emo, and you probably have like a punk song playing. I'm not sure what, but I feel like it's definitely either like a Misfits or some type of, I don't know, like Dead Kennedys thing going on in the background. You've got something happening in the background. It's angsty, very angsty.
Mean, I'm as punk rock as you can get from a CVS in 1994, which is, to be said, probably fairly punk rock.
Yeah.
Black jeans and maybe like a dark sweater, but still off the shoulder, and my hair's still large and crusty. But I'm dark now. I'm dark.
Oh, no, I'm such a dummy. What am I doing? Obviously smells like Teen Spirit's playing in the background. I'm so dumb. Obviously.
Oh,
I'm such a fool. That's clearly the song playing. Yeah.
More like a grunge kind of thing.
Yeah, you're definitely more grunge now. No flannel, but you're getting there. You're very much just like,
I'm not in
gets
flannel
me.
yet. But
yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not going flannel.
Wow.
It's in your closet. You're ready should the case arise. Yeah.
If they sell it at Contempo Casual, then I can have it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
When did Hot Topic start?
Oh my God, that's a great question.
Isn't it like before? God.
The Gadzooks.
I remember when it first popped up in the mall.
1988.
Oh, you went to Hot Topic.
I went to Hot Topic.
Found it.
Did I get a Ramones shirt?
Is there a Hot Topic in middle of nowhere, Indiana?
First off, you had time to go to the mall. You went to the mall. You're fine right now. Yeah, she had time to go to the mall. She had to get away from you guys. You don't even get her. You don't even get what's inside her head.
The first
I'm going dark.
The first Hot Topic was in Montclair Plaza in Montclair, California. I know where that is.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm edgy, but I'm not quite doing it right because I'm new to it, but I think I'm hella edgy.
Yeah, you're definitely Midwest edgy right now. You are.
Oh yeah.
You still have like hair, your hair's still in a ponytail. You're still very like church ready, but like edgy. Yeah.
Edgy church.
Yeah. Right. So, besides changing your outfit, what else have you done during this time? And becoming very nihilistic.
Does anybody need anything from the stores? Because I got all the money and none of the love.
this is just like sort of a you moment. Like, what have you
Okay.
been up to? How are you dealing with everything that's happened to you this summer? What's going on with you right
I'm picturing myself as a badass. So I'm just reinventing myself as not the popular girl. I'm just like stepping away from that a little bit because I think that I may have lost it. And I
Sure.
think that I actually like my nerd friends better than I like any of my so-called popular friends.
now?
And not just because they'll shoot people for me, but that's a big part of it. I would like to kind of look for my brother, but I'm sure I can't find him because he's off drinking beer with his buddies in some field. He's like 2 years older than me. So, just wandering around, lonely.
Yeah, just sort
No
of.
real friends. No
I
parents.
like it. Yeah. As you walk through the streets of town, you see your old friends like Bethy and her boyfriend, and they just like look at you, kind of with disgust about your changes. And they're still in their light pink sweater and like fancy mom jeans, and just like looking at you like, ugh, what happened to her? And they all start like and walking away. Yeah, everyone around town seems to have a different opinion of you. Some good, some bad, but no one wants to hang out with you because like you're dangerous. You're a dangerous
yeah,
girl.
I'm
No one wants to be
dangerous.
part of that. Mm-hmm.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Also, I should probably sign up for my electives.
Yeah, what electives do you sign up for? When you go to sign up for electives, what do you go to sign up for?
What are electives? I haven't been in high school in a really, really long
Well,
time.
these would be things like music or drama or I don't know, home ec
Still,
or shop
Hands.
class. Or, yeah.
I'll sign up for shop.
Okay.
It occurs to me that's where the boys are.
Yeah, you stand. It's you standing in line for shop class, and the shop teacher, who's this sort of middle-aged version of a kid who never grew up. He still has this like look about him that seems like he thinks he's very young, but he is balding and he has a gut, and he has this weird mustache, and he wears a shirt that's a little too tight and has very weird stains on it. And he welcomes you, and then he looks up and sees it is the Samantha Page, and has this kind of like look on his face, and he doesn't really know how to react to you. And then you just sign your name down on the elective sheet, and he like looks over at the other teachers, and all the other teachers look back at him, and they all have this moment of like, what happened to this girl? And then you walk away, and you see the scene part as the camera like pans out as you walk towards it. And all the students sort of like part like the Red Sea away from you as you like walk through them. And it definitely still has that grungy punk music in the background. As it's like, oh, who is this girl? She's trouble. What happened to
I'm
her?
gonna make the shit out of some birdhouse. It's gonna be great. Super hardcore.
So we fade to black. And now we have the one we think is going to be amazingly punk because the music still plays. This punk music still plays. And we cut to Eddie. Eddie, what are you doing right now?
Okay.
What have you done the last few days?
Okay, so from what I understand, do you want me to do this in character, or do you want me to just literally
You can-
describe it?
Please do what you want. Do what you want.
From what I understand, there's a new, for a limited time only, cereal that I have been dying to try. We've been in an alternate dimension, and I would love to get my hands on that. Apparently, there's some sort of marshmallow situation going on there. I have been trying my damnedest since I have returned to the real world to get my hands on this cereal. Can't find it.
Is it Count Chocula? Is it
might
blueberry?
be Count Chocula with marshmallow. It might be Fruit Brute. I don't know if that has a marshmallow thing going on with it.
Sure.
Maybe there's a toy thing. I've heard whisperings of a toy, free toy inside. I mean, that's just good economics. Like if you're getting cereal, why not go for the toy? Hello?
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
foolish not to.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. It's like,
So you spend days waiting. You spend days waiting for a cereal.
yeah, oh yeah. More other sleeping, listening to records.
Yeah. Do you think about any of your friends that you've hung out with this summer?
Oh, yeah,
When-
they're great.
Like, do you miss them? Because none of you have seen each other the last few days. You split up because things got a little out of hand, and you're waiting for stuff to cool down. None of you have heard from Johnny or any of the originals about what happened. None of you have heard from Alistair. None of you have heard from anyone related to anything going on with this. And so you're just sort of like sitting around waiting for a cereal. The only person you've talked to right now is probably Jerry, the guy who runs the music store. It's probably the only person you've talked to besides your parents. That's it. And it's, how do you feel about that?
Man, it's kind of weird. I mean, you spend so much time around somebody and then you don't see him. It's like, you miss him or something. That's weird.
Aw, Eddie.
It's like you don't know what you got till it's not there anymore.
Yeah. It's almost a song. Almost.
So succinct.
It's like barely, like almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably, I think about going to their house, knocking on the door, just checking on them, but I just couldn't quite bring myself to do it. I can't let them know that I care. Can't let them know that I care about them. Because then who knows? Somebody could use that to exploit our friendship. Use it against.
Yeah, I think one of the crazy things about the background music as this scene's playing is that we go from Sam, who is just strutting around town, sort of projecting this aura of like, I don't need anyone, I don't care about anyone, I can do my own shit, I'm good. And we have this music in the background that's sort of like this driving punk grunge beat. And then immediately we go to Eddie's house where we assume we're going to see Eddie be like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And it's just him laying in bed eating a cereal. And in the background is Cyndi Lauper. And as we discussed, one of Sam's most favorite secret hidden artists was Cyndi Lauper. And so you just in the background have her playing. You're sitting there just eating cereal, missing your friends. And it's just you on the bed.
She just gets me. I feel put on time after time. Sometimes I just feel like, you need to take a break. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
As I eat this Count Chocula with marshmallows.
Yeah, and you're sitting there listening to this record. I guess probably at this point a tape, but you're listening to this and you're just like enjoying. And then we cut to Clarence, who is doing what right now? What is Clarence up to? Clarence has had a crazy adventure. This might be the most exciting thing you've ever done, and also the most formative, ? What are you up to?
Well, Clarence has got a lot of things to think about. Him and his 6 other selves in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So probably a lot of this time down, he just kind of had to sit there and just think about it. It's like remembering a really nice dream, or maybe not. Just going back through everything and trying to decide what you actually like now and what you don't like now. But one thing they all like is video games. But
Big true.
he doesn't even feel like his house is really his. So he took his video games and he went back to the Wiz Life trailer, and he's been hanging out there playing video games. Sometimes Fern comes out to play, but he always goes back for pie though.
Yeah, I love that. I like the idea that you don't know where you fit right now, mostly because you're so many different people. Like, who is the real Clarence? What is the real Clarence? Who is the character we started with? Because that person's gone, I think. Whoever you were doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I felt like over time they kind of all start to meld together a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird that you started as a character that had, one really meek personality, and then you became 6 different people, and now you're kind of like an amalgamation of them, which is strange because you haven't rolled a bunch lately, which is weird. It's almost like you're getting used to the people you are. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what that means for your character. But you still have the ring. Have you played with the ring at all? Do you try to get it off, or you just leave it on, like accept it's part of who you are now?
I mean, I guess I of course tried to get it off, maybe like put some soap in it and see if I can get it to move, and I'm guessing it doesn't.
Yeah,
They just,
it
mess
just
around with it
stays
like
there.
the same thing, electricity and heat, and see different things that it does. Whatever. The curiosity,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you learn nothing really new about what it does other than stick to your finger. You can't get it off. You can't really test it with anything else. You've tried heat, you've tried soap and water, you've tried oils, you've tried all sorts of things. It is permanently stuck to your finger, at least for the time being.
Mm.
Yeah, and what's strange to you is you've been out and about. You haven't spent your entire time in the Wiz Life trailer, but you haven't seen Alistair. You haven't seen anyone. No one's come to see you. All these people that were like, hey, we're gonna watch out for you, Clarence. Like, put this, all the things that Alistair had promised you, and all these things that Alistair was like trying to like hype you up for. He's nowhere around. Nowhere around at all. The last thing you remember is the group of them said, when you go look in that cave, come back and find us. That's the last thing you
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, and you mentioned that Fern comes out and plays video games with you and stuff. And we go to Fern now, who is at the little tiny table inside the mobile home of her grandmother. And on the desk there, on the table, is a pamphlet, sort of little brochure of like what to expect in high school. And it has all this information on it and all these things about electives and all sorts of different college or like things you need to get into college if that's the path you want to take, and all these different like sports and what things you'd be interested in. And it looks very overwhelming. And Fern, you're just sitting in front of this information. What has your character been up to?
Well, other than playing video games with Clarence, he's real good at games. So I just kind of go over there and I hang out and I eat all the cheese puffs while he's not looking. I've been real, almost, what's the word? Obsessed with the balls. I keep checking up on them, just to make sure no one's been taking them. So I go out there, even when it's like midnight, when it's super late. I go out there in the Wiz Life trailer and I check on them just to make sure no one's taking them. And sometimes I talk to them. And I wonder maybe if Shadow Fern is out there, and I just tell her that, hey, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna come back for you, and we're not gonna leave you there. And I talk to my dog. I talk to Jezebel. And I kind of just talk at the balls, and they don't do nothing. But I do make sure that whoever's on the other side, just in case they's listening, we're gonna come save them someday. And I think about how strong my friends are, because I don't really got any other friends except the ones that I made going through portals and stuff this summer. I don't really want to take classes, but I guess I have to. Something called algebra, something like that. I guess it's math. I don't want to take math, but I do want to take gym. I wonder if I could just take gym 4 times. I think that would be fun. It's 4 classes of gym, and I could climb a rope.
So yeah, you're struggling with this whole having to kind of grow up thing. And while all this is going on, yeah, you're having weird sort of desires and needs to go back and constantly look at these balls and constantly make sure they're okay. They're still in the trailer. They're still untouched, but you have this weird fear. Meanwhile, you have this like strong sense that Jezebel is always around you. Even though you can't see Jezebel, even though Jezebel's gone, you have this weird sense that Jezebel's always there, this present. Meanwhile, at night sometimes, out in the distance, in the woods, you hear this crazy howl. Something is clearly still out there, roaming the woods, and you haven't seen anything, but you know it's there. Whatever it is, you know it's out there. But it hasn't come near anyone. There's been no reports of missing anyone. There's been no reports of strange beasts in the woods. It's almost like everything just sort of settled down and stopped being wild and crazy. And everything kind of came back, like reverted back to normal. But for you, for Fern, there's something's wrong, right? You have this like feeling that it does, there's something's not right quite yet. And One day when you wake up, there's a knock on the door, and standing in front of you when you go to answer are 2 police officers, and they look down at you. And they say,
No, be
"Excuse
safe."
me, ma'am. Is the owner of this residence home?"
No, not at the moment. I think they's out of town. Can I help you with something?
"Well, are you he like looks at a note. Well, he's like, "Are you Fern Fisher?"
Yes, that's right, officer.
And he like looks over at his other officer friend. He's like, "Miss Fisher, do you have time for a few questions? You don't have to answer them, of course. We can do it here. We can do it down at the station. Whatever you're more comfortable with."
Of course. Y'all want to come in? I can make you some Kool-Aid.
And the other officer like smiles. He's like, "I'd love some Kool-Aid." And they
That's
just
good to
they
see.
follow, they follow you in and sit down at the table and just sort of watch you as I assume you go to make Kool-Aid. Yeah.
All right, officer. I got orange. I got cherry. I got grape. I got some blue stuff.
Oh, blue stuff will be lovely. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. And she just dumps the whole thing in the pitcher of water and stirs it up with a middle spoon.
Yeah, the other officer is not nearly as polite, right? This
Okay.
guy keeps calling you ma'am and being very like straightforward. And the other guy's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, darling, that's very sweet. Thank you so much." He's like, treating you like you are a kid, the kid you are. But the other
Okay.
cop seems very just like, "All right, so," and he just starts
Okay.
going through a list of questions and starts rattling off questions to you. The first one he asks you immediately is, "Where were you 3 days ago?" Do you have any recollection of that?
Oh, yeah, I was playing there's a new game that came out. It's called Doom. Y'all heard of that? I was playing this game called Doom with my friend.
Oh, you have a friend. What is your friend's name?
His name is Bill.
Bill. What is his
They
last name?
call him Billy.
Billy who?
Billy Williams. It's real weird because we was making fun of him how his name is William Williams. You know?
That is bizarre.
It is
Okay.
real weird.
And the other officer is writing it down, like writing down this name. And you didn't happen to have a run-in with any other young men that day, did you?
There was some kids that came to the door, but I think they was like Girl Scouts. I don't think we
They were young.
talked
They
to
were young
anybody else.
ladies then. No
Yeah.
young men that day.
No, sir.
And the woods behind your home here, are they part of your property?
Yes, sir. Well, sort of. I'm not sure how far it goes. I just know that my grandmother said that I can go pretty much wherever I want. I just gotta be careful and to be back by 9:30 p.m.
Sure, of course. I don't expect you to know everything. You don't own this place after all.
Fern's heart is hammering so hard in her chest, she's afraid that they might see it beating at this point.
I'm really nervous right now for you.
So let me see here. Have you been back in those woods lately, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I just went last
And-
night.
Oh, last night. Why'd you go back there last night?
I was looking for my dog, Blooper. He sometimes likes to run off.
Let me see here. You were told you have 2 dogs? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blooper and
Jezebel. Jezebel ran off. Can't find her.
Into the woods?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Well, do you know anyone by the name of dumb kids? Needles? Do you know a Needles?
Yes, sir. Everybody knows needles.
Well, he came by the office yesterday, was it? And the other officer looks over and sort of nods as he's drinking his blue stuff. And he's like, well, he came by the office yesterday, and he claims that a young girl named Fern Fisher shot his best friend, who is currently in the hospital. Now, I don't know where a young girl gets a gun from, especially around these parts. But Fern, you don't look like you're any trouble. But if you know something about this, you have to tell us.
I'll be straightforward with you, officer. I do not own a gun, but I do not care for needles. And he's made fun of me on more than one occasion. So if I could claim it, I certainly would say that, yes, I did shoot him, but I did not. And you can go through. We don't really have any weapons. Well, actually, Grandmama might have one, but I think she said not to touch it. So I never do.
This is awkward for me. You must understand, because and he looks over at his friend who's still just sipping that drink. Needles, and he looks down at the notes again, and he just shakes his head because he can't believe he has to call a kid Needles. Needles. His friend is the son of a well-respected city lawyer and one of the town council members. And I have to follow through on this. Do you have any friends who might own a weapon? Is there a reason why he'd blame you instead of them, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Well, okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna get arrested for this, but we got in a fight at the fair. At the fair, it was a couple weeks back, and well, I punched one of them in the face, officer, and then I ran. And then there was this gal that came in. I hid underneath the circus tent. And then she came in with her boyfriend, and they was asking questions, and I don't know, but they seemed like they was associated with needles, and I think I punched his friend. And
the officer flips back through the notebook the other way, and almost near the first page, you can see as he flips to it, it literally says at the top, "Fair incident." And it has your name and the names of several other people that you know. You see some at the page listed. Clearly, these are the same officers who chased you down all those many weeks ago in the actual fairgrounds. And they look down at the notes and they flip back, and the guy nods at you as you talk, and is just sort of listening to what you're saying and just looking through his notes, sort of corroborating the story that you're telling him with the previous incident. And the guy who is drinking the drink finishes it. It's completely empty, and he puts it down. He looks over at you, and he says, "Do you have anything else on the property? Any sheds? Any trailers? Any place one might store? I don't know, a gun?"
Oh gosh. I think my parents they might have a weapon, but if they do, I don't know. They don't tell me about. I mean, my grandmama said that she has a handgun, but I think she keeps it on her because I think she has a permit. But we don't really have nothing because everything we just keep in trailer here. There is a crappy trailer outside, but no one uses it. I'm pretty sure there's grass growing in it.
Are we allowed to go look in there, Fern Fisher?
Well, I don't know, because my parents said not to let anybody in there. And I don't know. It might be I'd let you in. My parents said they was gonna be back tomorrow. I know y'all are cops, but they said not to let anybody in.
The first cop, who has not had any of his drink yet, looks at you and he says, "Are you lying to us, Fern?"
No, sir. No, sir, my parents are going to be back tomorrow.
So if we get a warrant and come back to search that out there, we're not going to find anything?
I don't think so, sir. It's a pretty crappy trailer. I mean, they let me spray paint on it.
The two gentlemen sort of like brush themselves off, stand up, and the first officer, the one who has not had any of his drink, begins to walk out towards the door. And the second officer looks at you and like gets down in your face and says, "We'll be back with the warrant," and turns around and walks away. And the two of them begin to walk outside. And as they open the door, Fern, you're standing there. What do you do?
All right, y'all have a good day.
Sure. They walk outside, and as the door closed behind them, you hear two loud pops.
Pops as in what? Like gun pops?
You hear two loud pops. You hear two loud pops.
Well, Fern is inside the trailer and she looks out the sink, the window, like right above the sink, like through the little granny curtains, like.
Yeah. You see just outside. Actually, if you'll roll for me what you see, because that's just much better. This is gonna be an investigate roll. You can tell me what you see. Yeah, okay, great. You look outside and you see like through the little slits in the window, you see feet that are very like well-dressed shoes and a very like, I'm gonna say, business attired pantsuit on, but you can't see from the waist up. And you see hands at the side, and one of them is holding a gun.
And Fern is just like peeking out. She goes, "Oh, sweet crispy crust on a cracker."
Yeah, what do you do, Fern?
She's not doing anything. She's watching. She's not gonna go back out there.
Yeah, you hear a knock at the door, like a.
Okay, so she's gonna.
It doesn't sound like a clap. It sounds like a knock.
Tiptoe over to the door. They do have like a peephole sort of thing, but it's like when you look at it, it's like really cloudy. So this hasn't been like has not been washed, obviously. But she looks out of it. She's not sure who
You see a figure you recognize.
Okay. So is it Alistair figure?
You hear another knock. Fern, dear, open up.
Fern opens the door.
Before you see old Alistair standing there, a very old-looking handgun, like a pistol in his hand. And on the ground outside are two dead police officers.
I never thought I would love Alistair so much.
They're gonna come looking for those cops, and they're gonna wonder where they went. Now they're at my house.
You shouldn't have shot that boy, Fern.
What? I had to. They was obstructing justice.
And now
Justice.
I've obstructed justice on your behalf.
Well, I can't say I don't appreciate it, because I do. They was sniffing around here, Mr. Alistair, and it was not going to be bad. Whew. My heart feels like it's going to leap out of my chest. I had a lot of those police officers. Otherwise, they was going to take me in there. They were going to throw me in prison.
Why? What were they looking for, Fern?
Well, I'm pretty sure because Needles is one of them kids that got one of them rich daddies, or one of his friends has a rich daddy. So when I shot him, they were like, "Well, go look for Fern Fisher." You know
He
how
looks
that
at-
goes with the law chasing you.
He looks at you and like smirks and is like, strangely, I do know. So, would you like me to handle this, Fern?
I don't know what you mean by handle. You want to come in? You want me to make you some Kool-Aid?
He like looks at the two dead bodies behind him. He's like, I'm not sure I have time for Kool-Aid, Fern.
Well, do you want some help?
He points over to your yard. He's like, you tell me where to dig.
I mean, we got a pretty spacious field back here. I have a shovel. And we could, if you want to take some time. In fact, I think I have 2 shovels, Mr. Alistair, if you would like to accompany me in burying these gentlemen.
Yeah, Alistair looks at you and he's like, I'll wait in the yard. And he goes outside and just stands there. Fern, you have a moment to go find these shovels. What do you do?
Yeah, she knows where they are.
Yeah, this has gone insane very quickly. Once you had a few days of normalcy, and now it's cranked up to 11. What is going on right now? What do you do?
In a strange sense, Fern feels validated because for the last couple days she felt crazy. Like, did this actually happen? Did we run into all of these old dudes claiming to be the same dude? Do I have friends still? Or did I imagine this? So now that Alistair has shown up, she's kind of like, oh, like the story continues and she's not insane. And
Sure.
she's almost happy to see him because it's like, cool. This did happen. Unless she's been drugged. That's the only other option.
So what do you do? Like, do you call your friends? Do you go out there to help? Like, what is going on in your head right now?
Well,
Alistair has returned.
So she grabs shovels and she hands one to Alistair because they do have to take care of some business real quick.
Sure.
And then she's like, hands one. All right, start digging, old man.
Yeah, Alistair has taken off his jacket and put it on the hood of his car. He is not driving the Vanagon anymore. He is driving a black sedan, one that you recognize as being the one that he had taken from younger Alistair. And he puts his jacket on it, and it's just his sleeves are rolled up. And for an older gentleman, he is going at it. He's digging as deep as he can. Yeah.
All right. And I guess Fern just continues this without a word. Because right now she's a little bit in shock and also realizing the severity of the situation and that there are 2 dead police officers.
Oh yeah.
On her property.
As you roll them into this pit that he has created, one of their wallets falls out and opens up, and you definitely see a picture of a family. Like him with a young daughter and his beautiful wife. And it's just laying there on the ground.
Fern closes the wallet, tosses it in the hole.
Sure. Yeah. You put it deep in that hole, and then he looks at you, and Alistair like kind of smiles. And I think the first time he sees that you are as like cold as he is a little bit, and he begins to just shovel the dirt back onto the bodies.
And Fern does the same thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And she's just in her brain, her brain is just doing what's necessary, just protecting my friends, just protecting my family, protecting myself.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You cover it up and sort of pat down the dirt on this grave you built for these 2 gentlemen. And Alistair looks at you and he's like, so what do we do now?
Well, I won't tell my friends what happened.
You're going to implicate 3 of your friends in what just occurred here today. Once they know.
Yeah.
He like looks at you and he's like, you are very cold, Fern. Very cold indeed. He goes back over to his jacket and like starts rolling down his sleeves.
I did what had to be done. I mean, well, what else were you gonna do with these dudes? I mean, I don't want to be caught with anything.
He like
And
just
you're the
doesn't
one
say
that
anything. It's
shot
like
him,
back is to
so
you.
It's
Yeah, you
what?
keep talking to him, but his back is to you. He doesn't even like turn around to acknowledge your like justifications.
So why did you shoot him?
He turns back to you and he says, "Because Fern, I can't let anyone get to those balls."
Okay, well, might be too late because I don't know where they are.
What do you mean? I know you have them. I've been watching you, Fern.
You know I have them.
He like looks at you and he like points to the Wiz Life trailer. Every single night you go out there. And I don't think you do it because you enjoy the company of Clarence Bergman. There's
How
another
dare
reason.
you?
Yeah, and he looks at you and he goes, "Don't play me, Fern. I know what you do out there every single night. You are as obsessed as I."
Yeah, but I'm obsessed in finding answers. I don't know where they are right now. I wish I did.
If we work together, Fern, we can find those answers. You must trust me.
Listen, I just help you bury 2 dead bodies, but I don't gotta trust you, okay?
Well, I know where the bodies are, Fern. You have to trust me. And he gets into his car and it turns it on and starts to back away.
Sayonara, old man.
Yeah, he drives like backs away out onto the road, drives away. What do you do, Fern? He's right. He does know where the bodies are. He absolutely
Fern-
knows that there's 2 dead police officers in your backyard.
Fern is like, what am I doing? Her brain's like, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? So she just kind of hunches down on the ground. And she runs toward the trailer,
Uh-huh.
grabs the balls, she hops on her bike, and she takes a shortcut through like the school way, not the main road, like towards the
Sure.
school. And she goes immediately towards Sam's house.
Yeah. Sam, what are you up to today? What are you doing? What's your vibe today? What have you been doing this morning?
I'm going through my closet and I'm trying to make it more punk and see what I can repurpose and see what I can keep and not keep.
A lot of scissors are going to clothes right now.
Oh
For sure.
yeah. And I'm throwing out all of my pink lipstick because I have replaced it with red and burgundy. I'm not ready to go black yet because ew. And I ordered pizza. And I'm trying to pretend like I'm cool. And I took a beer from the fridge, but it's kind of gross. And so I'm not really getting that far in it. But I'm like trying to be cool.
Mhm. You hear a knock at the door and you assume it's your pizza.
Oh, it's not a knock. It's like a.
You hear a
If you are
at the
talking about
door.
Fern
I think
being
you
there, 'cause
really
that is what
want your
happened.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek because I'm still terrified of the world because it's a scary, scary place.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna look
Yeah,
out for the people.
In the peephole, you don't see anyone. There's no one at the height level of the peephole.
All right, then I put on my cool voice and I'm like, hello.
Sam!
Oh my god, okay, I open the door really fast and like shove her inside
Yeah.
and then close the door.
You open the door and in front of you is what you would imagine is your normally dirt-stained Fern, except now she appears to be in a panic.
Sam, These on us at all times. We have to keep these balls
Okay.
on us at all times. We cannot let go of these balls. Okay, so there's 2 police officers that came over to my house, and then they started questioning me about needles, and they were like, "Hey, did you shoot this kid?" And I'm like, "Hell no, officer. I'm innocent. I'm an innocent girl. You can trust me." And I made him some Kool-Aid. The other guy did not drink it because he was grilling me. He was grilling me, Sam. I thought I was going to explode. I thought my brain was going to melt out of my ears. And so then they left my house, and then I hear 2 gunshots, and I'm looking outside of my window, and I'm just like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on out there." But then, do you know who I see? I see old Alistair. I see grandfather Alistair has shot both of these gentlemen. And then he comes and knocks on my door, and I answer. I said, "Hello, sir." And then he's like, "Okay, where are the balls? Where are the balls, Fern?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know where those balls are." So then we got to bury these bodies, Sam. There are 2 dead police officers buried in the backyard of my trailer. They are rotting out there in the dirt. I had to look at one of these wallets, and one of them had a family, and then I had to just toss it in, and I tossed it in because I was trying to be cool because I didn't want Alistair to think that I was gonna have some emotional attachment to these police officers. And then he was like, "Where's the balls? I know you have the balls. I know you go out to your trailer every single night." And I was just like, "I got them, officer. I don't know where they are." And then he took off in his car, and then I'm having a panic attack. You got any Kool-Aid?
Okay. No. So take a deep breath. The first thing I need you to do is take your shoes off. We have a white carpet.
Okay, I forgot I even put shoes on.
Okay. So we're gonna take your shoes off. You are currently covered in dirt and grave dirt. So okay. Come into the bathroom. We're gonna have a little we're gonna just let's go inside. Okay, so I'm gonna take her and we're gonna go into the bathroom.
Okay.
Because my solution to everything is a makeover. It gives me that feeling of order in a chaotic world. So I'm gonna take her
Sure.
in the bathroom. I'm gonna put her in the shower. I'm gonna go get some of my clothes, something I think would look really cute on her. Then I'm gonna put in her, so she feels all clean and, conforms to my view of the world.
Sure.
Okay.
Can you
Fern
really
just stands there in
quickly?
the shower, like
The dirt is just like pouring off of her face.
Really quickly, Fern, will you describe to me in your panic how you grabbed those balls?
She in a
Shit.
dirt covered rush. She went back to the trail. Didn't I say that she grabbed the balls? I thought she did.
You did. How did you though? Can you describe for me how you did that?
It's a good point. In her panic, she just would have grabbed both of them and put them in her pocket.
Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's keep going. Sorry. Just wanted to
Because she couldn't hold on to them, and she could not hold on to both of them and ride her bike. So they were in her pocket, not together. They were just like bam in her pocket.
All right, so you grabbed them with 2 separate hands then?
Yes.
When you picked them up originally?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind, we're good. Carry on.
Right. Yeah. No,
The world still exists.
Because in her panic, to be fair, she would have just grabbed both of them like this and put them in her pocket and gone on her bike to Sam's house.
Good. We're good.
Yeah.
Crisis averted. For now. Temporary crisis averted.
Thankfully.
Mhm. So yeah, you take a shower, you get dried off. Sam, you and Fern are just sort of like decompressing. Yeah, what do you guys do? What happens here?
So, okay, so I'm gonna take, those free bags that you get when you buy Clinique Cosmetics, the sets. No, you don't, Jesse? It's weird.
I mean, that's the only type of makeup I wear is the free bag kind. So,
So when you buy a set, then they give you a gift with purchase free bag.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna put each ball in one of those little cosmetic bags. So we have them. We know where they are. I don't know why I feel like this is safer. We get Fern cleaned up a little bit, and then I'm gonna ask like, so what happened to Alistair? Like, where did he go?
I don't know. He just
left?
drove off. Yeah.
But he knows about the trailer.
He's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
So
does
and
that
the
mean
police
that our-
officers did too. So
Does that mean that our
then they got
hideout-
shot.
Does that mean that our hideout doesn't exist anymore?
It 100% does. He can never go into it.
Yeah, he can't go in. He's not
Okay.
allowed in.
But he knows it exists because he's been watching Fern go to it every night. But he can't like
Yeah,
barge
fucking
in there and
creepy.
take
That's
it himself.
unavoidable. That's like unavoidable creep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we should assume that we are being watched at all times, which means that they know that we're here right now. We should also assume that someone's going to come looking for those police officers. So I don't
Right.
know.
I wanted to call Eddie and Clarence because if they have extra shovels, they can help me dig those bodies, and we'll put them
I know.
not on my property.
So,
Actually,
okay.
do bodies
Yeah.
burn quickly?
I don't think so, but I don't have any personal experience with this. Okay, what about if we
What about
okay,
like
what about if we
dissolving
open
them
up
in a
what if
bathtub?
with what? Okay, no, what if we open a portal with the balls, we throw the gun in and the bodies in, and then we close the portal, gone from this mortal plane?
That's a great idea. I
The
forgot
only
about that.
issue is that everyone's gonna watch us digging up these bodies.
Okay, what you're
I don't think we can
describing
do it
right
that
now
fast.
is crime. And
To be fair, the major crimes have already been committed. We are just
so it's the minor
tampering with
crimes, that's
evidence.
We can't make it look like Fern did this.
Yeah, or we could all just leave town and move.
Mhm.
That's option 2. We could take up new names in California and we could live as beach bums, collecting shells off of the beach, making money doing that. I
wanna
think my
collect
idea
shells off
is
the
good.
beach for the rest of my life. I want to be a fugitive.
Okay.
Wow.
Alistair is going to protect us
What? How?
He- by shooting people. And it's going to sound like we made up Alistair because, for real, a random British guy wandering around, that is not a believable story.
He's freaking me out, dude. He said
Yeah.
he watches me every night. He watches me go out to Wiz Life, and then he's like, "And you do something in there." I'm like, "I don't know what you think I'm doing in there, buddy." He thinks he was like, "I know the balls are in there," and you know what? He's right. He's right there. They were in there.
Why'd you go out? Did you see anything? Was anything happening? Or why'd you go out there?
Cause I wanted to just check on them, make sure that they were there.
Okay. Alternate theory from putting bodies into the void. Alternate theory. Stay with me. We end this world by putting the balls together. And then we start a new version of reality where maybe there's no dead bodies in your backyard. I mean, there might still be, but we don't know that they will be. So percentage-wise, our chances are better if we have a new reality. Except that I guess we'll all die. That's fine. We'll come back. Maybe I'll be even more punk rock in the new reality. No, I'm not selling anyone on these ideas. All right, maybe we go to Clarence's house. At least we'll have pie.
Oh yeah, I want some pie.
Okay, but first, can I please do something about your eyebrows?
My eyebrows.
Just hold
Why?
still. I'm gonna put eyebrow pencil on her.
The scene
Okay.
fades. The scene fades, and it as the blackness opens back up as a door opens, and it's Clarence staring at Samantha and a very nicely dressed, dolled up version of Fern.
And she's
Clarence, you
like
see the
12.
two. Yeah, no, it
Just,
looks
like, wearing
ridiculous.
way too much makeup.
Yeah, it looks
feel-
ridiculous. It does
I
not
feel
like.
Fern just looks so unhappy.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
so
like-
unhappy. She's
Yeah, oh, yeah.
never been unhappier.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Samantha has this sort of like look beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside kind of thing, and Fern is just like caked in makeup and this like the saddest clown there ever was. And Clarence, you see the two of them in front of you. What do you do?
Wow, Fern, you look nice.
You have any pie?
Of course.
Can I
Oh
have
my
Put it
God.
on my back.
Yeah,
Can
Clarence,
we
you have
play
one that's
some
like half
games or
eaten with a
something?
fork in it.
And the one I was carrying with me munching on like a half of like a pecan pie.
Oh my god.
Oh, so good.
Hmm.
And there's a little bit of ice cream that melted on the way over here. You can kind of just swirl it around. Be good.
Fern takes a spoon and just starts eating the ice cream out of the carton.
Sure. Yeah, Clarence, you welcome the two of them into your house, but like they're being very weird.
Careful of your
So,
lipstick.
Sam, I like your look. You look nice too.
Thanks.
What-
I went to the new Hot Topic at the mall downtown. It's
Do they have
super
any of those,
fun. You
like-
should totally go. You would like it.
Do they have any of those cool like silky shirts, the dragons on them and stuff, and the lightning bolts in the background, the fire,
No,
and like those shell necklaces? I heard those are gonna be pretty popular.
no. We'll work on you next. You'll be my next project. It'll be
Look
so
at our
fun.
Fern.
I mean, just look at Fern. Amazing, right? She's gonna slay, and when she starts high school, she is going to kill it. I mean, happy on the outside, happy on the inside. Okay, so a little thing. So apparently some cops were sniffing around after the incident where that guy accidentally ran into a bullet. Not that I know anything about that because I was kind of on a date at that time with an older boy from college. And so we don't know anything about that. But apparently, yada, 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 there's 2 graves in Fern's backyard with some police officers in it.
Clarence, will you do an R2 for me? A
Oh,
1
Lord.
will be this is what your brain focuses on, what she said. An R2, please. A 1 is you focus on one thing, a 2 is you focus on the other.
Was it /R
D2.
1D2?
Yeah. Everything that she said, unfortunately, went in one ear and out the other, and all you can focus on is the fact that she said she went on a date with a college guy, and that's all that matters to you. Because
Oh, shit.
you're wondering, like, wait, who's this college guy? What does this college guy have to do? You're obsessed with just this one fact. Everything else she said, unimportant to you.
Oh no, Clarence.
Well, like what? Was this guy's major or something? Is he like
Who?
like,
Which guy?
the guy you went on? The guy that you were distracted by when stuff happened or whatever?
Claire. Clarence. What? You know that's a lie, right? 3 days ago, we were all together shooting somebody. Remember? No?
Well,
It's a lie.
why would you say that?
Oh my God, Clarence. God damn it.
What are you guys doing here?
So I was on a date
Clarence.
with a really hot college guy.
Old
His
Alistair shot
major
both of
is
these cops and we
English.
buried them in the backyard.
Is he English major? We all speak
damn,
English.
Clarence.
What does that have to do with anybody?
Am I just in my room eating cereal?
Yeah, you're like
Great.
Eddie, we have not
Oh,
called
maybe-
upon you
no.
yet.
No one has
Great.
contacted you at all. You are
Great.
completely oblivious to the murders that have occurred. To Clarence's like mind blown revelation that Sam maybe lied about dating a dude. We don't know. Nobody
Oh my
knows.
God.
Nobody
Somebody
knows.
call
The
Eddie.
worst.
I'm suddenly really missing Eddie's insight right now. So can we just get him on the phone and get him over here, please?
I'll call him.
We need to focus on something.
And Fern picks up the phone. It's like, is it like a rotary phone? Because of like an old rotary grandma phone.
Oh, at Clarence's house? Yes, 100% it's a
Okay.
rotary phone.
He's an English major.
I'm really sorry for all the things I'm about to contribute to this conversation.
You can spell definitely or something. He uses two properly.
Come on, Eddie, pick up. It's ringing.
Yeah, the phone rings. The phone rings, Eddie. What do you do?
I will place my cereal. Take the cereal bowl off my. Wait, I'd be like, Mom! Mom, the phone's ring. Take the cereal off. Get up.
Come on.
Walk over. Hello.
Eddie. It's Fern.
Oh. Wait, Fern who?
Fern Fisher.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Even though there's nobody in my house right now, yeah. Wait. What's happening?
Eddie. Shit's bad.
Wait. How bad? How so bad? How bad is
Right.
bad?
We are all at Clarence's house.
Uh-huh.
And we
Wait.
need
Wait. What if somebody's listening? Use a code.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Blue giraffe to
Okay.
white tiger. The chicken is out of its coop.
Okay. Well, I was born in
And-
the year of the pig, I think. So what is? Hang on.
Okay. Oh, all right. Well, then the pig needs to get back to the farm.
Okay.
Okay,
just
we're the farm. Okay, just we are the farm.
You're at the farm?
Yeah.
Tell him we're at the pie farm.
Oh, the pie farm. We're at the pie farm. You know, the place with the pies.
Pies.
No, this is Watchtower. This is where all the information gathers.
Oh.
Mine was better, Clarence.
Don't know if
No.
you heard who that was in the background, but that is the pie farmer.
I do more than just bring
Oh!
pies.
Okay. The wild boar is coming back to the pen.
All right.
Okay.
I think he gets it. Okay.
That's unlikely.
Okay. Well, we'll see you in 10 minutes. And she hangs up.
Eddie, will you roll for me a comprehend roll, please?
Oh, I can try my best for you there.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll allow you to do because I believe in the power of you.
Okay. That's your first mistake.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you. Let's use the magic shoe.
Yes.
The power of the
Yeah.
magic shoe.
Oh.
Wait. I hold it up to my ear like a seashell.
It's like a fucking
Reveal.
conch.
Reveal to me reveal to me what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. Roll your magic shoe. There should be a little thing there to roll.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Wait.
roll
what do I
your
click on?
magic shoe. Should just be a dice next to the thing that says magic shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah!
You hold the magic shoe up to your ear and you whisper to it, "What should I do?" I have no idea what they're talking about.
Uh-huh.
And you hear a voice in your head, your own voice, repeat back to you.
Yeah.
It's Clarence's house.
Thank you, magic shoe.
Oh.
I have to give it an offering of a little bit of Count Chocolate with marshmallow.
Yeah, you sprinkle it in there. And the Count Chocolate with marshmallow sort of sprinkles over the one little piece of toe fragment that you took from way back when that you keep with your shoe. The same toe that went with that shoe long ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And you you now know to go to Clarence's.
Okay, all right. We're gonna head over to Clarence's house.
Yay.
Yeah, 10 or so minutes go by, and there's a knock at the door. Meanwhile, inside, yeah,
I can't believe that worked. That's amazing.
Fern, you hear the knock at the door. Meanwhile, Clarence and Sam are still going back and forth about who this English major is and if he is, in fact, a real person.
Oh my god.
They're still
Fern
going
goes
at
to
it.
answer the door.
Yeah, the door opens, Eddie, and you hear Fern and Clarence fighting over English and the English language and the correct usage of there, and there, and trying to figure out what makes most sense for certain situations. And they're just fighting, and you have no idea why, but Fern has this look of desperation on her face and makeup.
Hey, Fern, you look different.
I know.
Yeah, okay. So the shoe told me to come here. What happened?
The shoe told you to come here.
Yeah. Well, you were talking something about a farm, and I was like, I don't know. I went with it. Because you seemed
Well,
really
thank
like.
God, thank God for the magic shoe, because
That's what I've been
otherwise,
telling you.
this would just be a circus right now.
Well, actually,
Which-
that sounds kind of fun. I like
By the way, it is a circus. Here,
Well, I'm just saying,
well,
it's
it is-
really important if like your and YOU''RE and YOUR is totally different. And it's like a huge turnoff for me if somebody does not know the difference between that. So that's all I'm saying. So it's just like important for somebody that I'm dating to know the difference between that. Yeah.
Okay.
hey, so Eddie,
Everybody
Eddie,
knows the difference between that. All right.
there are 2 dead police officers in backyard, and old Alistair shot them, and then he drove away, and he knows where the balls are.
I bet Alistair knows the difference between your and your. I mean, like, for God's sake, he's very sophisticated.
Well, why don't you just date Alistair?
Ew, he's like so
Why don't
old.
you
I mean,
marry
I like
him?
older guys for sure, but like not that much older.
Hang on.
You
Wait
can
a
like
minute.
literally have your pick. There's like 40 of them.
Okay,
Hey, Eddie,
I will concede
welcome
that
to
was
the
like actually
farm.
really
We got
funny.
Lolita girls and goth
Um,
chick.
Hey, wait a minute. So you're what? Run it by me again one more time. What's the problem here?
So the
Okay,
problem is that
there are
some people
2
don't
dead
use
police
your and
officers
your
in my
correctly.
backyard. Alistair
that
came to my
problem.
house,
Oh
and then
my
he
God.
shot them. He shot them because they're dead in my backyard.
Who
Wait,
got
they were
shot?
dead and then he shot them?
Yeah, I think I got my timeline mixed up. He shot them, and then they were dead.
Okay.
They were
So-
or dead.
They're in my
Okay,
backyard,
so-
Clarence. They're in my backyard.
So
If
from what I
the cops come looking for me, they're gonna find these 2 police officers.
okay, so
I
from what I
helped him bury them.
Are their wallets
Well-
still on them? Or the wallets?
Yes, I saw the wallet.
Jesus, Sam, you go straight for the wallet. Come on.
No, give me 1 second.
They're
Their
police
names are
officers.
in
They're
those
not
wallets.
loaded. Come on.
Yeah, there's the picture of the family and everything.
This is bad.
Yeah, that's why we gotta
Okay.
go dig them up. We gotta go dig them up, and we gotta like throw them in a bathtub and dissolve them in
Alright.
acid, because I'm not gonna be held
Stop.
liable for this.
Okay, everybody shut up. Okay. We have a couple options here. Number 1, we can all literally flee the country. Number 2,
I am not moving to California. I'm not living on the beach, and I'm not selling seashells for the rest of my life. God damn it, Eddie.
okay, that's fine.
I
okay,
thought it was
number
a great
2,
idea.
think about this. If we claim sovereign citizenship, the rules of the United States government no longer apply to us, which means
How the hell do
if
you
they
even know
tried
what
to-
sovereign citizenship even means?
if you try to try us in a court of law, but they use an American flag with gold fringes, that means it's a maritime courtroom, which means that any ruling that they make does not apply to us. Number 2, if we claim to be traveling as opposed to driving, that means that we can go anywhere without being stopped by police officers. So we're gonna have to. Okay, hang on. I have to get the documents that my mom showed me. So basically, we can make sure that the rules of the United States government do not apply to us, which means the murders that were committed here do not implicate us in any way. I think I got that right.
Do we have stuff to go to school?
I mean, technically, no.
I'm guessing we don't have to go to school ever again when we get caught with dead police
Yeah,
officers.
Wait,
because
somebody
we're
shot
gonna
you
be
for
thrown
police
in
officers
prison.
and you buried them? What?
Worst case, we just restart reality, you guys. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, I buried some bodies with Alistair. You know.
She did the right thing. She is a badass. And she looks amazing.
But I mean,
Okay, but
there's
hear me out.
there's missing police officers. Don't they like call it in whenever they go somewhere and then they just
Yeah,
suddenly go
so
missing?
that's
Are
why
they
we
going to come look in
sure we,
there?
That's why we gotta make sure that we do it quickly.
I don't know. If we unbury those bodies, maybe we go try to find Alistair under the bridge. Young Alistair? Didn't he say we should
mean-
come
What
to
with
him?
old Alistair?
Maybe young Alistair will sell old Alistair out. They don't seem to like each other very much.
I don't think any of the Alistairs like each other very much.
We could just burn the whole. I mean, I guess it's your house, so maybe we shouldn't burn it
Don't
down.
burn my house down.
Mm,
I live there.
Okay, but what if
you could
we
live with me.
what if we founded our own country on this specific property and digging up bodies is totally
What do you
legal?
even do with an English major?
I don't know, Eddie. No one knows how marital laws work. Okay, we don't understand that here.
It's like
It's a really good
spell.
liberal arts degree. You could use it for anything.
It's
Liberal
like a
arts.
spell. If you just say it to a police officer, they have to
Going
do
in
what you
debt for
say.
no reason.
What are you going to major in, Clarence? Video games?
It'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Whatever, Sam. You probably not even go to school. Gonna go find some rich dude and get married or something. Have some.
Well, I never.
Okay, Fern is losing her mind, so she takes both of the balls and she goes outside and she says, "Here, take them. I don't want them anymore."
Okay, I'm going to run
Yeah,
outside and grab her.
Hold on there,
Bring him
Fern.
inside.
Fern, the camera cuts from a wide shot of you standing on Clarence's porch holding the balls up to an old lady like with a walker just stopping and looking at you, and then just keeps on moving. And no one seems to come. No one seems to care that you were just like, ah! No one noticed.
Take 'em.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should try using the phone again to try to call the other side.
Go out and like pull Fern back in. You didn't see anything, Aunt Susie.
We can.
Have a nice day, Clarence.
Thank you. You too.
All right, okay. And she like just sort of waddles off. Mhm.
Let's call the other side.
I want to call the other side. I want
Okay,
to get
what do you
those
wanna
cops
do?
out of my backyard.
If we unbury them, they're gonna catch us with cops in our hands.
I mean,
Apparently
they
no
would
one's-
be technically catching us blue-handed. If you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. That was funny.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because Fern, no one is gonna believe that you by yourself buried two grown men in your backyard. That is impossible. I mean, look how you're not huge. You're an innocent child. Maybe we should take that makeup off. Maybe we should
Yes,
play up the
please.
innocent child thing.
Yes, please.
Clarence, do you have any makeup wipes? I like the MAC ones because they're more moisturizing, but like I would also accept Clinique. But not the stuff you buy at the drugstore because that stuff is like so drying.
bathroom. I'll just go wash my face. Okay.
Okay, maybe we should put no more. Yeah, okay.
Fern, as you go to move towards the bathroom, the phone rings in Clarence's house.
Mm.
Clarence, you go pick that up?
Oh Lord, they coming.
Yeah.
I'll let it
Listen,
ring.
we might have to
uh,
throw your grandma under the bus.
I'll let it ring 4 times.
Grandma
Pick it up
did
for the
it.
5th time. So that the
Yeah,
answer
you
she
pick
doesn't
it.
get
Yeah, you pick it up and you just hear some breathing on the other end.
No.
And then a voice says, "Hello, Clarence."
Hey,
Are your friends at home?
I mean, you know they are. They wouldn't be calling you.
Ah, ever perceptive. Of course. Did young Fern bring the items with her?
Hmm. Yep.
God damn it, Clarence.
You just went on the front porch and yelled it out.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Solid point.
Yeah, he You hear like this sort of chuckle on the other end of the line. He's like, "Good boy. Thank you for not lying. It's very obvious when she shouts to the world that she has them." And he sort of like you hear something in the background, like something being punched in. Sounds like a console of some sort. You're not really sure what exactly it could be. Maybe it's dial tone, like someone punching numbers into a phone. You're not sure, but you definitely hear something in the background. And he says to you, "I'd like to propose a trade. You give me the balls, I make this whole dead body situation go away."
Mm, the one he caused. Scandalized.
Yeah, what a jerk.
I know.
That's pretty wow. That's pretty cold of you, Alistair.
Clarence, you must know I am tired of waiting for the group of you to just learn your lesson. You're not supposed to have these. I'm not supposed to have these. We must get rid of them. But I'm the only one who knows how, so it falls to me to do it. Whatever it takes.
Just hang up the phone if the other Alistairs are making you do this.
He laughs, and he says to you, "Oh, Clarence, I think you know me better than that." And then hangs up the phone.
Who was it? Who was it? I'll tell you who the college boy is.
Wow.
You know who it was? Alistair.
Which
Old
one?
Alistair, the one that shot the cops. He says that we give him the balls and he won't, frame us for his murder.
Oh, I hate that guy. Oh no. Ooh.
As the group of you begin to sort of ruminate on what just happened, you hear in the distance what sounds like helicopter propellers.
Okay, we gotta go.
But who's the
what are
guy?
we gonna do? Wait, no. Okay, remember, maritime court. They can't try us. Anything we did is completely legal. Also, we don't have to pay taxes, which is nice.
Do you pay taxes right now, Eddie?
Well, no, but in the future I might. Well, not anymore. Cause
Okay, I think we should book it on. We should book it on the bikes. We gotta go somewhere. I don't know where. Where do we go? The woods.
Wait, guys. Wait.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I have a lot of memories of us keeping these balls, and it never really works out for us. Maybe we should just try to give them to them, but with leverage. We got something they want. They're trying to. Maybe we can at least.
What if
figure
we
out
just-
what's going on.
Multiple of them coming after us.
What if we just start an apocalypse real quick? That was fun last time, huh?
Wanna
I
hold
thought
the
it was
whole
fun.
world hostage?
I thought it was real fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
We've changed a lot.
Fern did not wash her makeup off properly, so her mascara is just like running down her face.
She's like, yeah, that'd be real fun.
Yeah, sweetie. I use waterproof mascara. So you really gotta like soap it in there. Cold cream also works.
Uh-huh.
let's cold
Clarence-
cream the hell out of here and seriously think about what we're gonna do, because otherwise they're gonna unlawfully
should go.
detain us.
Yeah,
To go.
the helicopter is very close now. You can actually hear like the outside as it gets closer.
Okay, okay, guys, what do you think we should do? I kind of want to start an apocalypse, but I don't really understand what that is. I just know that teenagers like to avoid consequences.
I know that people like to avoid ending the world. Let's get out of here.
Where are we gonna go? Open a suggestion. I don't know where to go. Nowhere's gonna be safe. Maybe we try to find young Alistair by the bridge. And then you tell us to
Wow,
meet us by the
what
bridge.
would he do?
I don't know. Chaos in the Matrix,
What?
which is a movie that
What?
hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, no one knows
What
what
are we
that
gonna do
is.
with the ball?
That's a great idea for a movie, though. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wow, I
Yeah.
should make that into a movie. Okay,
You
anyway.
totally
What a-
should. There's this
I
whole thing
think-
about a glitch in the Matrix. It's good
I
stuff.
say we get on our bikes and get the hell out of here.
Where are we going to go?
I don't know.
What are we going to do?
Wood?
Just hoard the balls until the world ends?
Yes.
We can make the world end right now, my friends.
Listen, man, I got to eat some chocolate cereal with marshmallows in it. My life's pretty much as good as it's gonna get. Let's just end this bitch.
You mean like you really won't do this? You really won't just take the balls and just end it?
We don't have to end the whole world.
Fern takes the balls out of their Clinique bags
Okay.
and just like holds them, not together, like holds them in her hands.
Okay.
All right, Sam. I trust you.
You shouldn't. I don't know what to do. What's gonna happen if we try to end the world?
While they're doing
Good
that, I'm gonna
question.
walk and open the front door and look outside for the
Yeah.
helicopter.
Clarence, you see above you
Oh god.
a black helicopter slowly starting to land in the street, and it's whipping up the trees, and all the leaves on the ground are sort of like blowing around. And you recognize this, and you recognize the man inside as young Alistair. It's not old Alistair at all.
Young
then
Alistair's in the
Fern-
helicopter. Like yell back from
Okay.
the door with the wind whipping.
All right, so we're gonna
Fern's like-
negotiate, but our leverage is that I put my hands here and the world ends. So he needs to stay back.
Like look back
We'll
at the
talk to
helicopter
him.
and give him like the
We'll do a
Young
parlay.
Alistair like ducks his head under the propellers, and his sort of jacket starts whipping in the wind, and
Like
he
this.
makes his way to the door, and he looks at you and reaches his hand out to shake your hand, Clarence.
You legally
Uh,
don't have to shake that guy's hand, according to the
No,
14th
don't touch him,
Amendment.
Clarence.
I'll reach out and grab his hand. And,
Yeah,
No,
he shakes it, and
no.
he's like he looks at you and he's like, "Thank you, Clarence," and he walks on inside. He doesn't even like stop to ask if he can go, and he just walks inside.
All right, buddy, you stay where you are. I have my finger on the button right now. You want to end the world? I'll do it. I'm a teenager. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it. Juice gang.
Yeah,
I'm-
Juice Gang.
I don't, guys. I don't know what any of that is. I don't. You're gonna end the world, Sam?
Yeah.
He like sort of like has this like shit grinning smirk. He's like, "Come on, you're not gonna do that. Let's talk. This
What do
is
you mean I'm not going to do
ridiculous."
that? I've done this before. Hey, we're going to talk. But I'm just saying,
Have
I have
you?
my finger on the button.
Have you done this before, Sam?
Yeah.
And he like looks at you guys. He's like, "Do any of you know what you've done or what you haven't done?"
No, but it was burly. Just saying. Cool.
I got a pretty
Awesome.
good idea.
Maybe an album cover, but burly. Let's try it again. What do you say? Do you have anything to tell us?
I've told you everything.
Oh, no, you
Everything.
have not. You're such a liar. It's cute, though. I do appreciate how you're really wedded to this one worldview, but I'm just saying, I think you have more explanations
For what, Sam?
for everything, my friend.
Ask
everything.
Ask me a question.
Why
he like
does the
takes
world?
a step. He takes a step
J-
towards you. Ask me a question, Sam.
Why does the world split into little flat plains? How are they connected?
What does that even mean? Why does the world split into flat planes?
The
Like
world
you're reading
splits
an
every
English
time
major.
the
What does that
balls
mean?
touch. Every time the balls touch, the world splits,
Well,
turns into
see,
shards, and they're
I can actually
connected.
answer that. Well, because the Earth is actually surrounded by a wall of ice, and there's multiple Earths that are
Okay,
adjacent
so that's a
around the
terrible
world.
answer. But
Yeah,
at least
even
it's an
even
answer.
Alistair looks at you like that's a terrible, terrible answer.
But you know, Eddie, I appreciate that you're answering And I'm looking for the same thing from Alistair here.
You have to be a little more specific. I'm not sure I understand the question.
I don't think you're playing along right now, Alistair.
No, I am playing along. This is like when someone who doesn't understand science asks a question about magic, expecting a magic answer.
All right, give me an answer then, Alistair. Tell me something. Tell me anything.
Give me a real question, Samantha.
No, I think I'm going to touch these balls.
You
Don't
He like
laugh,
looks
Eddie.
at you. He like looks at you, and he holds up his finger, and he points to a ring on his finger, and he says, "Fine." And he's
You and
like,
Clarence
I like
carried
all
on
that.
into the next generation.
he looks at you, and he looks at Clarence, and he's like, "There's only 2 people in this room who are gonna survive."
Yeah, I've died before. I feel like I can do it again. I'll just come back probably cooler. It's going to be totally fine.
Do you remember what it's like to die, Sam? And he like looks at
Nope.
Clarence, and he's like, "Do you, Clarence?" And Clarence, you definitely remember what it's like to die. You've died numerous times and remember every single excruciating death. None of them have been pleasant. You have been ripped apart. You have been crushed. You have been burnt. Terrible things have happened to you. And for the most part, most of them is because of this group. One time because they ditched you.
Oops.
You know what it's like to die.
Hey, Eddie, hit Clarence in the back of the head.
Whoa, he didn't even do anything. And I mean, legally, I can't really do that when I'm. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. I just hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah, Clarence, they hit you in the back of the head, and you feel immense pain. Eddie just hit you in
Aw.
the back of the head.
Aw.
You don't have to roll. You don't have to do anything. Your friends just hit you in the back of the head.
I did it because she
Wait.
told me to. That wasn't like a
Hey,
me
hey,
thing.
hey. I was trying to get I was trying to see different Clarence personality, but now you're one person. That's good, right?
Yeah,
Which one are
I like-
you? Are you all of them?
just me. Like, guys, the reason we try to keep these, or we were trying to keep these from the Alistairs, because we thought the world would end, and now we're threatening to end the world. We can just work with these guys.
But they've never told us anything. They never tell us the truth. I feel like they're just using us. They don't care about us. We care about each other. That's something. I don't
How
know.
about this one, Alistair? Is there any report from any of you guys of maybe back in the 80s when you guys were using the balls and you had a portal open that you guys saw us on the other side?
He sort of smirks and laughs and looks at you, and he's like, "I don't have that report, but I do know one Alistair who does."
The old Alistair?
And he looks at you and he goes, "Yes, Fern. Gramps, as we like to call him, is a big fan of the 4 of you and has been following you for some time."
Did he tell you that we were here?
"No, we've just been watching you for days. You really don't do a lot. This is the first time you've done anything in like half a week."
Hey, I went to Hot Topic.
"Yes, we're aware, Sam. Congrats."
Do you like my
Yeah.
shirt?
"No, I do not like your shirt."
Uh,
Whoa.
So
I think your shirt
Okay.
is cool.
Gramps just
Awesome,
called us
Eddie.
like 5 minutes ago and knows we're here with the balls.
"And I'm sure he'll be here soon. The difference is we actually want to contain them, and he thinks he can destroy them. But you can't destroy them. That's the whole point."
Oh, why not?
Sector 7's been studying them for years. You can't do anything with them.
What's
That's the whole
Sector
point.
7?
Sector 7's the group I belong to. Back in our more adventurous days, we were called the Secret 7, but it's a stupid name. Very World War II of us.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
know,
I think it's kinda cool
Alistair,
too.
When you put the balls together, the world ends,
Oh, I'm aware.
and it turns into shards. You said you didn't know that, but I think you do know that.
No, I don't know that. I know the world ends. And
There's
I know
another
that
world out there. Second world, where everything's bleak.
he
They're
like
moving- They're
smiles.
shipping
Yeah,
products in and out.
He smiles and looks at you and he's like, it's not a second world, Sam. There's no second world. This is it. This is all there is.
No, we've been there. What is it then?
You've
A
been
set?
there. You
Is it a set?
you've been there. But it's not a new world.
What is
Sam,
it?
it's something we created. It's the whole point of all this. It's we made that place.
What's the point then? You told me it didn't exist. Why'd you
When
tell me
you-
that?
When you keep ending the world over and over again, it makes sense to have a place where things don't end, right? Where every time we goof and every time we fail, every time the scientists make a mistake, that there's a place we can just go to where we can write out whatever stupid thing we've
That's why
done.
they was putting all that stuff in there. That's why they was moving all the boxes full of like toilet paper.
Yeah, but what
case
about
they
the rest
needed
of
to
us
go.
then?
Well, like everyone else, you exist, then you don't. And then you exist again.
Why'd you make it so terrible? That place is terrible.
Yeah, it is. Why you got them big birds in there?
Those things are terrible.
Yeah, those are awful.
Who made
There are
those?
no. Admittedly, it's been some time since I've been there, but there are no big birds. I don't.
They're
Look, I don't
called
know where you-
pterodactyls. You definitely
They're-
would know them. They try to eat
There are
your
no
face off.
dinosaurs. No, there are no dinosaurs inside of our.
I think you've been away a while, my friend. Why do
Well,
you
they're
make it so
not-
terrible?
They're not technically dinosaurs. They're more like a bird kind of, thing.
No,
I mean,
no, everything that
pterodactyl
goes. No, everything that goes in and out of the balls is completely contained and created by us. We would never do that.
Beware of
Is
the
it-
fog.
Is it the hallucination fog that makes the pterodactyls? No, they're real though, because we brought a part back into our reality.
I think they're real, but I'm just wondering,
Accidentally.
do you know about the fog?
Hallucination fog.
Not
What?
just hallucination, like messing with all your senses all the time.
It's
You know about
terrible
the
there,
fog?
man.
No, I
Yeah.
mean we have the sensory enhancement instruments set up. That's because you can't recreate reality inside the space contained in the balls. That's why we. What are you talking about?
What are you talking
Well,
about?
there's-
Sensory enhancement.
There's space inside the balls. Is that what you said?
Where do you think you were? An alternate
We're inside
reality?
the
That's
balls.
so stupid. What are you talking
God.
about?
Shake them, shake them. There's people in there. It's probably like an earthquake.
And he looks at you and he's like, that's not even how it works, Sam. Oh my
Okay,
god.
well, fine.
And he just like turns around and you see, since you've been talking with him, there are literally 5 or 6 other people in suits standing at the door since you've had this
Wait.
conversation.
We were inside the balls.
Oh my god.
That's kind of cool.
Alistair, I have a very serious question that only you can answer. Would an English major be able to survive in those balls?
Oh my God, Clarence! I made him up. He doesn't exist.
He looks at you, Clarence, and he's like, most likely not. I don't see how they would be able to. We wouldn't have invited them. They have no use to society. They're not a scientist. No.
Yeah, I mean, everybody speaks English, right? Because, I mean, in America, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, and in my new country, people will speak English too. So put that on the list.
No, this is. You don't understand. When the world ends, everyone dies. That's it. You die. But inside the balls, they are, for some unknown reason, eternal. They have existed for eons. We don't understand them. We've tried to recreate them. We tried to make them back in the 50s. We tried to mess with them throughout time. And every time we fail. The only thing we've been able to do is open a portal, and that portal takes you inside whatever mysterious place this is, and we constructed something that was a reasonable facsimile of your town.
Why is Fern's brother there?
I don't know who is inside, or it's been years since I've been allowed to go in. My job, and he points to his ring again, is to stay out here.
There's a fog in there, and there's terrifying creatures, and it's bleak and miserable, and
One
there's
of
people
those-
trapped in there barely surviving.
One of those creatures got out. It's a gigantic monster. It's like a
don't-
bear thing, like a big bear porcupine.
They're breeding in there too.
I don't know. What is that? There should be no animals. It should just be people. It's
The
not even
animals-
safe.
They're
They're animals
animals.
and they're breeding.
That's not even.
I'm
That
telling you,
can't. That can't.
buddy.
That can't be. That can't be. He turns around. He looks at the other people in suits, and they're like,
Why would I make that up? That's not a fun thing to make up. Right?
Yeah, a fun thing to make up would be like, yeah, I'm a millionaire now.
You have
Check out
the
all
claw.
money I got.
We have scars from when we went in. The place is dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Place is super dangerous.
"Yeah, do you show him your scars and stuff?"
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
I'll show
Yeah,
him
you all
the
show him
glass.
all the wounds and stuff. Yeah, all the messed up things that happened to you guys.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he's like, "Do you have the balls right now?"
What do you think these are?
Let's go. Oh my god, Samantha has turned into a crazy person.
Do we know in character that there's a future Fern?
Yeah.
We kind of piece it
You
together,
do-
but I don't know if like
Yeah.
our characters really did.
There is a future Fern, yep. But we've never
No.
met her.
But
Only
he looks.
Phil knows, right? Philip?
Mhm.
Philly?
Yeah, the guy who was the crazy dude. Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks at you, Fern, with the two balls, and he's like, "I know you have two in your hands, but are those?" And he like looks back at the team, and he hopes like you can see they're looking at something like gadgets in their hands, and he looks at you, and he's like, "Are you sure those are the real ones?"
Yeah. Okay, so listen, Alistair. I don't know what your definition of real is. These go to somewhere that is real bleak and dark. There's a lot of monsters in it. There are shadow people, and there are people who are scared out of their mind. There's fog, it's dark, and it's awful. I don't know if this is what you guys created, but whenever we go into this area created by these balls, it's not a good time. We've been stuck in there. And we had to use a car battery to make sure that we had enough time and energy for these balls to work.
He looks at you and looks back at his team, and one of them just shakes their head no. And he looks over to you, Fern. He's like, "I think you may be mistaken, Fern Fisher.
So are you
Those
telling
may not
me
be
that,
what you think they are."
are you saying that these balls are not the real ones? Because these definitely go somewhere, but it's not a pretty place.
Fern, did you ever see a second pair of balls?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've seen multiple.
A long time ago, we tried to recreate these, and
And you said in the
It
50s,
didn't-
right?
it didn't go so well. So if you don't have the originals, who does?
I don't know. We've just had these the whole time, I think.
Old Alistair's the only other one that had him. He took him from us
Yeah,
before.
you all begin to look at each other, and the camera sort of cuts away, and you see sitting in a black sedan, nowhere near your town, is old Alistair, and he pulls up alongside a series of other cars, and from out of those cars appear many other Alistairs, all of them of varying ages, and some of them just varying. Like, there's a female Alistair, right? They all are very, very different. But they all have sort of like the same, like this bit where they all look the same here. And they all begin to approach each other, and one of them sort of smiles and says, "We found one set. We'll find the other." And they all begin to like hold out their little ring fingers, and all of them have rings except for old Alistair. And they look at him,
And he holds out his hand too because he just wants to feel included.
Yeah, no, he definitely holds it out, and they look at him and they say, "You need that back, Alistair." And he looks at them and he like nods, and he gets back into his car and he drives off. And the camera pans back, and you definitely can see that there is a group of them, and with them on a little like black velvety mat are two much more brighter, much more vibrant, much more glowing orbs. And that is where we're going to leave it for today. I think that's a great place to stop.
We had the knockoff fucking Scaresville balls the whole time.
We had the great value balls.
The great value balls.
They have the name brand
I love
balls.
great value.
Yeah. All right, Ken, let's not get crazy here.
It's a great value.
The greatest.
You're
of value.
right, but
so that is where we'll leave it for today. There is more of this story to tell, but things are about to go down. They are coming back for their ring. It is of great importance to their plans. But what those plans are and what young Alistair knows about them, who knows? So let's go around this room right here and let's see what people are up to before our next episode. Ken, what's going on with you, dude?
Man, just chillaxing, doing the YouTube stuff. All my stuff's over there beside me. You can check that out. Had a lot of fun at the DMV today. Very great story. I'm not going to tell it, but I'm playing Apex, and then Kingdom Hearts came out, and Resident Evil's been a whole lot of fun. So that's been going well. And then doing the D&D thing on the weekends on Saturdays. I don't want to go. Whatever.
All right. Morgan, what's going on with you? What's happening in your life this week?
Well, I'm eating fruit-flavored Pokemon snacks. I'd like to introduce you to Pikachu.
Who's that Pokemon?
That
is
Pikachu.
Maybe it's upside down.
It's a possibility. Yep. There we go. Now it's a Pikachu. These are the. I don't know what this one is.
Also,
And
Pikachu.
it looks like
Coughing.
It looks like there's just losing definition on camera, but no, it's exactly what they look like. Little weird blobs.
They're just the outlines. The outlines. Of
That's all it
Pokemon.
is.
I want you to do a show where you reviews fruit snacks. Like you just
It's
eat
just
and review
8
fruit
hours
snacks.
a day of just.
Mhm.
I don't know if it tastes like a Pikachu should taste. I feel like Pikachu should be a little more lemony. But that's just a personal thing.
Is it not lemony?
Comment what you think a Pikachu should taste like.
Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. Let us know what you think.
Unsubscribe from everybody else.
Comment section.
Yeah.
Please comment
That's all
because
I
we
got.
definitely won't read them.
Ken, I liked your side eye during that.
Elspeth, what's going on with you this week?
Hey, what's up, guys? I've been obsessed with Apex Legends. It's a very no one is playing it. Like no one's playing this game. I'm pretty much the only one that's playing.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that's playing this game. It's so good.
Yeah, it's nice to
I
support
have
like
been-
an up and comer. It's cute.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I just, it's very small title. I just want to make sure that it gets some exposure. But it's fun, and that's all I've been playing. That's what I've been doing with my life. So I honestly have been like no life in it pretty much. I don't have a whole lot going on at this present time except just streaming, doing some role play stuff with you guys, and that's pretty much been it. I've been avoiding going outside because it's awful. Like it's storming and then it snows and then it storms again. So it's a good time.
get
We have
that
like thunder
freezing
snow
rain.
going on here. It's disgusting.
Thunder Snow is like a cool name
living
for a
indoors,
band,
dude.
though.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about how it's like 40 degrees here. It's so cold.
It rained the other
Yeah.
day.
It rained.
Yeah, it was
Looks like
rain
a
for like 4 days.
Yeah.
It's like that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, whew, man, wild out here on the West Coast. I don't know what voice that was. Yo, the surf is can't get out because there's rain on the waves, bro. I need to stop. Octo, what's happening with you this week?
Okay, so I am completely addicted to Dota Auto Chess. But it's real good. If you're not familiar with it, you should check it out. It's very fun. But other than that, I'm doing FPS February where I'm playing a bunch of classic FPS games. We just finished Wolfenstein 3D, and we're probably gonna play Brutal Doom next, which is a really cool mod. And we're doing Quake and a bunch of old FPS games that are real fun, and so you should check it out. Also, that Sovereign Citizen stuff I talked about on as Eddie, look into that. It's messed up. It's super weird and a real fun conspiracy rabbit hole that you can go down. It's very funny.
And doing a Family Guy or something one episode.
No, so basically, like without taking up too much time, like all that like gold fringed American flag in the courtroom stuff. That's like you should just like do a big flashing thing over my face that says this is what sovereign citizens actually believe. Like it's wild. It's
Lord.
crazy. It's a trip to crazy
Wild and
town. Trust
crazy.
me. Wild and crazy. It's true. Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of wild and crazy, I'm gonna put you on blast a little bit, Octo.
Okay.
You can't see it. None of you can see this. Just know that he is currently in the corner of his office. And when it gave you that widescreen shot of him, you saw just a little bit taste of it. The rest of his office is piles of like body pillows.
Oh,
and
listen, don't call me out. How dare
oh my
you.
god, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Is that a
And, like,
liquor bottle behind you?
It sure looks like it.
crazy.
Yes, it totally is.
He has the best office. When you open the door, you're like, oh my god. Then he has one little clean corner that's perfect for streaming, and everything else is like piles of just like ridiculous anime stuff that he has. And it's
And
I guess it
my
gets to him, and he
custom
it's incredible.
WWE Championship belt that's over in the corner that says "Quality Streamer Shitpost Memer." That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your office is it's a wonderland. Every time I go up there, I find something
Yeah.
new and amazing.
You have fun at twitch.tv/Octopimp.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's Twitch.television. Well, that's it for us this week. I mean, you can find me here every. Hi guys! you can find
Yay.
me right here every Thursday, trying to make these games real good. I hope you'll tune in, and things will get real weird. And maybe they'll shoot somebody. It'll be crazy.
Shoot somebody again.
Try to like get it perfect.
Yeah.
Alright. What? Guys, this show's crazy. All right. Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. And next week, we'll be back with more. And we will see where the stunning direction this has taken will lead us. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.